Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, President and CEO of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Well, I'm always glad to come back on the show, Jim.
Larry, you have new patents coming up?
Well, what I'd like to explain about that is that during the patent process that we just went through to file the two patents, we actually found ways of potentially improving that, not potentially, but actually improving the streamlining the processing plant, and which would reduce costs and a few other things in operation, and efficiencies would be better. So we will be looking at filing new patents in the coming year. And I know that our listeners are curious about what the plans are going forward for the company. Well, we're waiting for the budgets from and the design of our pilot plant from Cometco. So all I can tell you is that I don't know what the budget's going to be, and I'm not exactly certain when we will receive the budget from Cometco, but that is going ahead next year. And but I really wanted to talk about, as we're coming towards the end of the year here, and recycling is a big part of the lithium-ion battery chain, but it was relegated to the back end of well, that's kind of a pun. Relegated to the back end in everybody's mind, that it wasn't a real requirement for a number of years. But now you're starting to see articles coming out, and you've seen the one from Thomson Reuters on the company, where people are beginning to realize that the battery manufacturer and the EV cars have got to do something about recycling the entire battery. Because you can't say that you are a green, environmentally conscious company, and you're doing nothing about the batteries, which is probably handling those batteries at the end of the life cycle is one of the biggest things that could contaminate the environment. So now you're starting to see us getting into the mainstream. Mainstream being, we're starting to get talked about. We're starting to hear more and more on the recycling. We've had several articles that have been done by us in the recycling magazines, and actually in an oil and energy publication, and there's going to be more coming. So that takes me one step further. This last year has been dominated by cryptocurrencies, marijuana stocks, and actually lithium. Lithium stocks are burning up the charts. Cobalt, still, just starting to raise its head, get a little light out there, but that's coming. I can see that. Cobalt and recycling are going to be big topics next year. And I'd just like to take everybody back and say, okay, what do I relate my visions on this? How do I relate them? What do I relate them to? Well, I've been involved in off the radar commodities before. And the first one was molybdenum. And molybdenum, nobody could even pronounce the word back in 2003. Everybody had totally forgotten about it. And the price had started to move up. And it moved up pretty rapidly. And we were talking about molybdenum, the only ones talking about it, just like we are recycling. And until a couple of years later, Sprott formed up the Moly Fund. Nobody was really getting excited about molybdenum. But after that, it became a hot item. Went from one company when we started to, 200-300 companies were involved in molybdenum within 2 to 3 years. And the molybdenum stocks started to churn up just like the cryptocurrencies or the marijuana stocks or the lithium stocks. We went from about $20 million market cap in 2005 to a market cap of $300 million in 2006. So this is the kind of thing that you can look forward to. And I know my shareholders have been patient. They've wondered why people haven't recognized it. Well, I think that recognition is coming, and we're going to have a fantastic year next year. So I'm looking at a couple of areas that will definitely outshine the rest of the market. And that's going to be in the recycling and the cobalt. And guess what? We've got our feet firmly in both of those camps. And even with the recycling, we're going to be a significant cobalt producer. And also with lithium, we're going to be a significant lithium producer out of these batteries. And that's what people are beginning to recognize. Nickel, manganese, aluminum, all of those commodities that we can get 100% back. Now, what does that mean for our shareholders? I think their patience is going to pay off. I mean, we all get frustrated when we know we got something good, and I've known that for some time. Then when it gets recognized, you wonder you forget about the battles that you fought. And you just see that, hey, we're going to get rewarded. And that's what I want to see the shareholders do. Get rewarded for their patience and their trust. And, this is a Friday. We put out a few articles that have been written about us in the last week. And, I expect that we'll have more coming in the future. And, I'm happy to say that, the momentum for the, recycling story is starting to gather speed. And what that means is that we're going to be getting a lot of attention, whether it's in financings, whether it's in potential joint ventures, whether it's in off-takes of some of our product. I couldn't tell you at this point, but it's going to be a very lucrative, busy year for the company next year. And so I don't want to wear everybody out. I just want them to know what I see coming down in the future and what they can expect to have happen in the budgets for next year. And I wish them a great weekend.
Larry, for new listeners, could you maybe give us just a bit of a background on what American Manganese does?
American Manganese is a critical metal company that is focusing on the recycling of lithium-ion batteries utilizing existing technologies that the company has patented. And we've now got patent pending on 2 other patents that have just been recently released for the recycling. The company is traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. It's traded on the U.S. exchange under the symbol AMYZF, and it's traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can check out the company, do your due diligence at our website, AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can contact the company through me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com, or give me a call at 778-574-4444.
Larry, thanks for the update.
Thank you, Jim.
My guest has been Larry Reaugh, President and CEO of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. We were speaking on November 24th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.